And I thought you were ready to give up.
Welcome back to the Wednesday video. Today's video is going to be something way different from what I do. Today's video is going to be a story time. Now this story time is something I've been wanting to film for a while now, ever since it happened to us. But I have lost the photos for evidence to prove that this story was real. Now, recently I was, playing on my laptop, deleting files to give more memory onto my laptop, and all of a sudden I clicked this file and I found the photos. Finally found them, and also I have Snapchats to prove it. So at the end of the video, I'll put the Snapchats after the story time, but the pictures that I found, I'll put them throughout as I'm doing the story time. But please enjoy this video. This is something way different than what I do. I'm trying to venture out on new things on this channel, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's go on with the story time. Okay, so this story happened a while back. In July of 2017. Now this happened in the summer. This was like a last minute thing that we were planning. It was like a little mini vacation for 4 days. We were going to San Diego. Now 3 days before we were leaving to San Diego, we were stressing all night trying to look for hotels. As they fell asleep, they got tired, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna look for hotels for them. I know the budget, I know what they want. I'm staying up all night writing down some information on the hotels and stuff, and all of a sudden I find this hotel that all of a sudden clicks in my head. I'm just like, we should get this hotel. Now this hotel had good ratings. It had breakfast buffet. It had elegant pictures, like the rooms looked nice, the rooms looked cozy, the sign looked all lit up and everything, the pool looked nice and lit up and stuff like that. So I'm just like, this is pretty cool. And it had everything we wanted. We wanted conjoining rooms and all that stuff. We wanted double beds in each room. So I was like, okay, so this is perfect. So that was the hotel we ended up picking. Now the day we were leaving to San Diego, we packed up our stuff, we put it in the car, and we left for a 2-hour drive. Now our reservation wasn't ready yet, so we head out to Old Town San Diego, where all the antique shops and like the farm stores are at. So we were walking around looking at all the antique stuff that are there. We're looking at all the farm stuff that's over there, and then we ate at this cafe called Swingin' Cafe, and it was very good. So then probably an hour or two after, we got a text, ring ring ring, your reservation is ready. So then we drive off to the hotel, and when we got there, the hotel didn't look like a hotel at all. It looked like a Motel 6. Like the door, you can see them on the outside. Usually when you go to hotels, you walk in and everything is indoor, right? Not in this case. This case, everything was outside. It was literally a motel. In the computer, it said hotel. So I'm just like, okay, well, this is cool. But it wasn't a hotel. Anyways, so when we got there, my dad got off. He went into the office to go get our keys for the rooms. Now this literally took us 20 minutes to get our keys, and the reason for that is because the clerk decided to say, oh, your reservations are ready, but then they kept arguing back and forth, my dad and him, and he kept saying, oh, but I got a text message that our reservation is ready, and he's like, okay, but we don't have your rooms ready yet. So then we back and forth, and finally we get our keys. So we go up into the rooms, and we go into the first room, which was my mom and dad and my little sister's room. Now when we got there, have you ever opened an oven, and when you open it, you get this big heat wave? Okay, now get this. When we opened this hotel room, we got a big heat wave. Keep this in mind. We were in 98-degree weather, already hot and sweaty from walking around Old Town San Diego, from the burning sun, and then we gotta get hit by this heat wave. So then we walk into the room, and it's so hot it feels like another 98-degree weather. Now, my dad turned on the AC. The AC doesn't work. So we're like, okay, we could fix it. The maintenance guy could come up and he'll try to fix it. So the maintenance guy comes up and he's fidgeting with something in the AC unit, and he's just like, I can't do anything about it. It's broken, but I'll bring something for you guys. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, maybe he's gonna, program a new AC unit. No, this guy came up the stairs. He came into our room, and he brought a boxed fan. A boxed fan. In 98-degree weather, plus another 98-degree weather into the hotel room, like, that's, I don't know, you do the math. Anyway, so then we go into the conjoining door, and we walk into me and my older sister's room. And when we got there, we got a big burst of fresh air. We're just like, yes, thank God, thank the Lord. Our AC works, we don't have to deal with it. So then my dad's like, okay, well, try to put your AC full blast to see if it works functionally. So we put our AC full blast. It's blowing out air fast. So then my dad's like, all right, I'm not gonna sleep in this hot ass room. I'm gonna go get us another room. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a conjoining room. As long as we have a room with fresh air and stuff like that, we're gonna get it. So my dad goes and gets another room. They give him a room behind us. So throughout that day, we took a nap, and I woke up, and my mom and little sister were in the pool. My dad was smoking up on the top, and I go up with my dad, and I'm looking down, like, you know, talking to my dad, and in the corner of my eye, I see old men looking down at the pool at my mom and my little sister. My little sister was literally wearing a one-piece bathing suit, and my mom was wearing like shorts and a tank top. Now, they were looking at them. Now, that's creepy. So then I kind of like elbow my dad, and I'm just like, look, they're staring at them. He's like, that's fucking creepy. So he goes, and he whistles, and then he's like, let's go, we gotta go eat. So that night, we went to go eat and stuff. Everything was good. We slept. The next day, day 2. The next day, we were all getting ready. We got up. We're gonna go to the aquarium this time. And my sister was doing her makeup, and I was putting on my socks, about to put on my shoes. And then she looks at me, and then I look at her. I'm just like, what? And she says, John, do you see what's under our doorknob? And I was like, what is it? She's like, there's a freaking hole under our doorknob. So then I go off my bed and I look, and there's literally a shine of light coming in through that little hole. So what I do is I go into the hole and I poke through it, and a piece of tape falls off, and I'm just like, there's literally a hole. So in the clever mindset of mine, what I do is I open the door, I put the tape back on the hole, and then what I do is I go out of the hallway and I come down like this, minding my own business. And it's literally noticeable when I'm not even looking. You can literally see the tape. It was like a beige color, like the wall. It was like a beige colored tape onto a hole. And I guess the first day we got there, we didn't see it because we're so excited. We're looking at everything and all the pool and all that stuff. I don't know how we'd be excited about a motel. Anyway, so then I go to my dad's hotel room and I tell him there's a hole under a doorknob. He comes and checks. He's like, okay, we'll let them know on the last day. We're minding our own business. We go to the aquarium. We're having a good time. The night we came back, my dad and mom went to Walmart. And I stood there with my little sister because she was sleeping on the bed. And I stood there to watch her. And they came back. And my dad noticed something real quick. And I was just like, whoa. Like he literally like turned around and he was just looking at the door. And I was like perplexed because I didn't know what he was looking at. So he calls my mom and he's like, do you see the peephole? And then he's like, go outside. And then he opens the crack of the door and he says, look inside, can you see me? And literally the peephole was inside out. Like, you may think, like, if you have a peephole on your door at your house or your apartment, and you know how you can see outside through the inside? Well, you can see inside through the outside. Sounds confusing, but someone who's outside of our hotel room could look inside our room, and my 8-year-old sister's in there, and my mom and dad are in there, and it's just creepy. It's just creepy vibes that it's serving us. So then my dad bought bowls from Walmart, so he takes off the piece of tape that's on the bowl, and he puts it on the peephole so that nobody could look in here. Okay, so that night my mom and sister went to sleep early, and my dad went to me and my older sister's hotel room. My older sister and my dad were drinking, having a good time. We're all just laughing and talking. And then my sister fell asleep. And then my dad's just like, I don't want to be here no more. I don't like this hotel. We need to find a new one now. And then I'm just like, okay. So he's just like, go on your phone, look up some hotels near us. So then we noticed that there are hotels around us, even across the street, and there's some down like a mile away. So he's just like, forget it, we'll just actually go into those hotels. So we're driving that night. It was like 12 a.m. in the morning. So we're driving that night and we go into the one across the street. It was the same thing as the one we were staying at, but instead the hotel rooms were inside. We go in there, we're like, oh, do you guys have conjoining rooms? We need double beds. It's like, no. And even if you guys, and we had some, we couldn't give you reservations right now because you need to do it online, blah, blah, blah. So then we're like, okay, forget it. So then we go down the mile and we see this beautiful hotel. When we drove past it, we literally heard, oh, that was really bad. But literally there was like neatly planted palm trees, light shining on them. The hotel was lighted on. So then we're like, wow, look at this parking lot. It was very nice. So then we park into the parking lot. We get up and we go into the office and we're like, do you guys have conjoining rooms with double beds? They're like, you know what? We do have some, but you guys have to order them online and we'll have your reservation ready tomorrow. So we're like, okay. So she gives us this paper of a website. We go back into my hotel room and we're signing up for this. Boom, we got it done. Our reservation is already made. Now this is day 3. Now, day 3, this is the day where all hell broke loose. And this was the day that my dad went down to the office that we were currently staying at right now, and he told the guy, we're having problems with this hotel. So he tells him the problems. The guy comes up with my dad and he's like, do you see the doorknob? Look under it. There's a hole. The guy says, I know, but there was a piece of tape on it. No shit, there was a piece of tape. We took it off because we wanted to see if it really was a hole, and it really was. So what do you have to say about that? What is a piece of tape gonna do? What is it gonna solve? So then my dad, so angry, he's just walking down the hall trying to go to his hotel room, trying not to punch this guy right straight in his forehead. So my dad says, I'm gonna go inside, look in the peephole when I'm in there. Can you see me? And he says, oh, it's inside out. Well, God fucking heaven's sake, yes, it is inside out. Thank you for noticing, because we literally had to put a tape throughout the nights we were staying there. Like, this is done with. So my dad was just done with everything. They were arguing. So I didn't want to hear my dad argue, because like he likes to argue back and forth, and you know, I'm used to him arguing, but like it just gets annoying. So I go into my hotel room. Right before I go into my hotel room, I hear my dad right here. He says, what kind of creepy shit are you guys into here in this hotel? Would you guys like stalking people? Would you guys like to look into people's peepholes? Would you guys make holes on the doorknob because you like to look at naked people? What kind of crazy shit are you guys into? So I close the door and I'm just like, whoa, I'm gonna back up from this one. So then after that, I lay back, because I was done with everything that's happening. I was ready to go to the new hotel, and when I look up, our smoke detector was off. Like at this time, I'm just like, you know, this hotel deserves more backlash. I'm gonna take a picture of this because I need more drama. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I took the picture because this is a safety hazard, and so I took it. I showed my dad. He was still arguing with the guy, and I showed him, Dad, look, our smoke detector is not there. And then the guy's like, and then the guy heard me. He's like, oh yeah, because we're trying to change the batteries. Change the batteries? It has wires hanging. You don't need batteries for a wired freaking smoke detector. What is it? Not wireless. We're just tired of all this bad experience that's been happening to us these past couple days. So then our reservation is ready for this new hotel, which was called Comfort Inn. When we got there, the lobby smelled lemony fresh. They had those Sweet Life on Zack and Cody gold cards running down the hallways. Like, it was nice. It was beautiful. We walked around. We saw the cafeteria. It was huge. It had more options. The waffle maker had different flavor waffle mixes. It had chocolate, strawberry, and original. We're all having a good time. We went up to our rooms. Everything was perfect. It was so much bigger. We had more space to walk around with. Our restrooms are nice. The toilet flush is amazing. The toilet paper is a 2-ply, and the soap smells so good. And we just had such an amazing time. We had a balcony to our own self. It was like a mini apartment. Now, that day we went into the pool and everything. We got up and we were just so excited. We didn't want to go anywhere that day because we just wanted to soak up everything, because we were so heated from earlier, and we were just like, let's just enjoy this new hotel, because this was going to be our last day. But because we were having such a good time and we didn't really do anything much because of all this stuff that was happening, bad experience hotel, my dad's like, let's just add another night. So we had another night. So this was like Wednesday night. So we're like, you know what? Let's add another night. So we were gonna leave Friday night. So then we had a good time. It was awesome. And you know, throughout the days we were there in San Diego, we had an amazing time. Went to San Diego Zoo, Safari Park. We went to Belmont Park and everything. It was just nice. We had a good time. And the best part about Comfort Inn, it had an In-N-Out right next to the Comfort Inn. burgers. It was such a good time. It was beautiful. We were all happy. Just seeing my family so happy. It was just, it was beautiful. I kind of take fault for this because this is a hotel that stuck out to me and stuff like that. So I'm just like, oh, this is probably my fault. I'm sorry. But yeah, overall, this experience was really bad, but it had such a great ending. But the moral of this story is to not have a 15-year-old kid freaking look for hotels. No, it was actually look for great ratings. Dig deeper into the research when you're looking for hotels, you know, because some things may sound good to be true. And that day, that whole week, it was just literally too good to be true. So we experienced it. We got out of it. We had a great time afterwards. So that's all that matters. As long as we had a great time after, as long as we didn't come home mad and angry that we had such a bad vacation, it ended up being very beautiful and great. I'm packing all my stuff right now, just I want to do it in the morning. We're gonna move to another hotel due to bad services, bad quality of pool and stuff like that. We're gonna move to a different and upgraded version hotel. Hotels, we got conjoining rooms.
Conjoining rooms? What?
Nice. The beds are bigger. We have a freaking patio. The other one we didn't have no freaking patio because they're cheap ass motherfuckers. The refrigerators are more upgraded. Look at that. They have a drawer. We can put some lechuga. We can put some onion. Shit. This shit's badass, dog. Beautiful view. With the balcony. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys want more story time videos like this, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And hopefully I get into some more crazy interactions like this. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys haven't already like to be, hit the subscribe button down below. Turn on the post notifications so you know every time I upload a video on every Wednesday. And yeah, thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday.